Hi friends, it's Julia. Thanks for stopping by my channel for Christmas in July Day 22. Today I am continuing on with Christmas cards made from my mini kit, number 3. I made, at the beginning of the month, I showed a process video of making 6 mini kits. And today I'm still using number 3. And here I'm just cutting down some cardstock to make the base of my cards. I have several bits of pattern paper up at the top that I've cut down that I've used on other card processes, and you can see my scrap pile is growing. And I am getting through this paper stack, and it wasn't very big. I think it only started out with like 12 pieces of paper, which is okay. I'm okay with that. It hasn't been my goal to completely kill each of these mini kits, but I've done a really good job so far. The first mini kit, I think I made 19 cards, and the second one I made 23 cards. And so I'm really proud of that fact. Amazed, but proud of that fact. I really like utilizing these when I make a card kit or a paper kit or any type of kit. I really love being able to get it all used up to the best of my ability with minimal scrap left over to go into the recycle bin. And so here you can see I'm just continuing to cut down paper scrap or paper in order to create the foundation of these cards. And I go through this whole process, and well, I thought I was going to move on to the whole inking the edges part of it, but no, I'm cutting down more cardstock, pulling out more cardstock. That little mini pad there is a 6x6 American Crafts cardstock, and it was a Christmas cardstock collection, and so it's been in with my Christmas stash, and I put it into my generic stash to use some of it up. And I've been using it a little at a time. For me, when I make cards, it's easier to do 2 at a time. If I'm going to go through the process of making one card, it's just as easy to make 2. And so that's what you see me doing here. I don't always make multiple cards, if more than 2 at a time, but occasionally I will. Like on previous days, I think I've made up to 4 cards, and I think in upcoming videos I will make a few more than that. So I think 6 or 7 cards. It just really depends on what I have available to me. In the mini kits that I created, I didn't add in a ton of embellishment, but I did add in quite a bit of embellishment. And as I'm going along, I sometimes will let the embellishment that I added in dictate the type of card that I make. Like one kit had multiple tags, and so I used those tags, made a vignette, if you will, on each tag, and then used those tags to make cards. And so if, like these 2 cards that I'm making here, they are totally just paper at this point. I didn't start off with a pre-made embellishment like the tags, if you will. And a lot of times I try and do that. And here you see I'm just debating which will make, which stamped image will make the best use of the paper that I have cut at that dimension. And I'm just using standard Close to My Heart inks when I am creating these pages. Close to My Heart inks, I'm sure there's other inks out there that people like better, but I've grown up in scrapbooking and card making with the Close to My Heart inks, and those are the ones that I feel most comfortable with for stamping images or sentiments. I do like the Quick Quotes chalking ink to edge papers. I have come to the determination in my years that I like it best because it doesn't come out with a harsh image on the edges, or on the it doesn't come out as too harsh when you're inking the edges of paper, and I like that. So here I'm getting ready to stamp the sentiment on the inside of the card. Since I've got the sentiments out, I might as well get it done. And I'm stamping there. Those are card bases that I created out of craft cardstock. I ran out of pre-made card bases, and so I had to make a ton of them, which worked out fine because I had just bought a ton of envelopes from Tuesday Morning with just the envelopes in the package. And so rather than go out and buy the pre-made envelope and card together, I just decided to make my own card bases. And as I'm going along there, I'm decorating the inside and the outside. I'm kind of mixing up my process here. I usually finish off with the card, and then I go directly into finish the card top, which is what you see me doing there. I'm working on that piece, and then I'll go into decorating the interior of the card base. Doing things a little differently this time for whatever reason, I don't know. I typically make cards like this when I come home from work at night. I want to get my craft on a little bit, but I don't want to go into scrapbooking or anything really heavy, so I've been making a couple of cards every night. So it's taken me about 4 to 6 weeks to get everything done for this entire series. Because I have been doing it slowly. I haven't pushed myself to get it done uber quick. I've taken some time in between, and I've scrapbooked and done other things, and pushed the card supply stuff over to the side, and I've not been in a great rush to get it all done. I just want it all done for July, which I've managed to do so far. I hope this is inspiring you to get out your stamps or get out your pattern papers, whatever you have in the way of crafting stuff that you've had in your stash for a long time. I hope this encourages you to get it out and to try and get some of it used up. I really enjoy pulling out my older supplies that I have hung on to and use them because I think I bought them because I like them, and so I don't want to give up on them. I see so many scrapbookers when I watch videos and such go out and buy tons of supplies, and then they do unhauls, at some point, or destashes, and they get rid of stuff that they've never used. And it's like, how can you get rid of that stuff? I thought you bought it because you loved it. And so that's me. I'm not judging anybody for what they do or don't do, but this is just my process and my thought process. When I bought it because I loved it and I wanted to use it. And, that's my goal, is get it used. So here I'm finally getting everything glued down. I'll skip ahead here in just a minute. Once I have the first one glued down, I'll show you both of them at the same time. I won't go through the whole process of gluing everything down with the second card. But this is my process. This is what I've been doing along the way in making cards. Just continually building on the stash that I have, putting these cards together, either using my generic stash or what I've put into the kit. And I'm really liking how my cards are turning out, and I'm really proud of the fact that I've got so many so far. I think to date I have 42 cards, and my goal for the whole month was to get about 50 to 60 cards made. And so I'm nearly there before I even started with this mini kit. But I'll keep plugging along until, I've gotten to the end of this series and see where I'm at. Hopefully I will have had the time and gotten through all 6 of my mini kits. Continuing to layer up, and then I will place those down on the card bases. I've stamped the envelopes, and there you go. There's the cards. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.